Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we are back today with some sad news. If you're from Europe or from Romania, this is probably some news that's kind of difficult to wake up to. But if you are if you are a populist, like most of us on this channel. But if you're not, then this is probably good news for you. But not good news for us, though. Our man, George Simion, was soundingly defeated. Although he overperformed according to the polls, he was still soundingly defeated by over 5 points. And I think I take part of the blame for it because I was like, oh, yeah, we saw great results from the first round. I mean, a 20-point performance for Simion in the country of Romania. You would think, 20-point margin, a solid victory for Simion in the first round. That would be that would work, right? That was an over performance. Ideally, the right has the momentum against the establishment. The right's going to win. But what I failed to do is I failed to take a look at this number, 40. Okay, there's a reason why it didn't go to 50%. Okay, we know obviously you need 50% in order to be declared a winner. Simion only got 40%, thus, we need a second round. So we know that. We acknowledge Simion didn't get to 50%, but I think we were so focused on the expectation that he wouldn't get 40%, or he wouldn't get like in the low 20s. So it'll be closer to Nicolae or Crane Antonescu. So that's what I think we were mainly focused on, ideally. And what eventually happened was, apparently Antonescu, I don't know, maybe the Antonescu is actually, it's independent. So I forgot, yes, Antonescu's coalition happens to be these diverse ethnic groups, mainly Hungarians from Transylvania right here. They go, and so you have Antonescu's independence coalition, like the ARO, or something, PSD plus PNL. Yeah, his coalition, Antonescu coalition. You had the Pontad coalition and the Lasconi coalition. They all merged with Dan, who got second place in the second round, first round, meaning that he goes and advances to face off Simion. So that resulted to Dan destroying Simion. So Nicolae Dan, it's official, independent. The mayor of Bucharest has been elected president of Romania. Now, obviously, a lot of us are down. Romania has become very corrupt. A lot of us are frustrated. I'm frustrated. I'm not from Romania. Why should I be frustrated with this result? Well, like the left likes to continue to remind us here in the United States, Romania's our ally. Well, yeah, that scares us Americans. Because when we see tyranny, like we saw in 2024, where we had a clear winner, Colin Gorgescu. He didn't win, period. He didn't win, but he won the first round. But for some stupid reason, they decided to cancel the runoff. Now, let's be honest. Georgescu probably would have lost unless the Romanian establishment knew, that could have been easily overturned. So the fact that they couldn't stand that, they not only canceled the December 8th runoff, but they annulled the said November 24th election. Like, this never even happened. Never happened. So we're starting over because the guy we didn't want to win ended up winning the first round. How petty. And it's sad because they got what they wanted. They got their establishment candidate, Nicolas Sarkozy, who is very pro-EU, very pro-NATO. He has made himself coming out saying he's going to support Ukraine. He's going to give millions and millions of Romanian tax dollars to another country, their northern neighbor. And I get it. Romania is close to Russia. Well, not really. Let's be honest. You have Moldova. You have Ukraine. And Russia's all the way 2 countries east of Romania. So they're fine. If this were Poland or the Baltic states, I think it would be different. I think that overall, this is just the propaganda really got out to people. So, yeah, it's just frustrating because the last thing we wanted to do is reward the authoritarian establishment for their, I'm going to say it, their fascism, because that's what fascists do. The fascists from World War II in Romania did the same thing. The fascists in the Cold War, even though they were socialists, but to me, they're the same thing. They strip people of their rights. They cancel and rig elections, and they create big government. So really, what's the difference? You got fascists in the Cold War. Socialist Romania did the same thing, rigged elections, and now the fascists here in Romania are doing the same thing. Same thing. Well, this time, it's establishment, not necessarily fascist, or not necessarily socialist. But it's sad. If you're a populist from Romania, I want to give condolences to you all. You guys went through a lot. We had a good year in 2024, and we are causing Europe to roll in their graves, obviously, and we are enjoying that. Just know that we are going to fight against Europe. We aren't fighting against you. You are on our side. We're for this together because you have a right to identify and be proud of your Romanian heritage. Being a Romanian, not everyone is a Romanian. You can't go around saying, "Oh, I'm a Romanian," and everyone's going, oh, "Okay." No, that's special. Because if you go around and say, "Oh, I'm a European," well, what does that mean? You're from Europe. And everyone's from, like, half the 30%, 20%, I don't know what it is. Europe. This pushing European identity because you're afraid of fascism rising up again. No. Because we're so happy, we're so willing to do this sexual nationalism and racial nationalism. We can't just be proud to be human beings. We have to be affiliated with race and sex. But, so if we're going to do that, we should have a right to identify as the country we were born in. If you're a Romanian, you're born in Romania, you have Romanian parents, you should be proud of that. You're a Romanian. You should be proud of your history. But the establishment in Romania, people that are ruling Romania right now in Bucharest, they don't want that. They want you to be pro-Europe. Europe first, Romanian second. Sort of like the United States. I'm Minnesotan, for instance. I'm from Minnesota. I have some certain degree of Minnesotan nationalism, but I'm America first because America is a country. Minnesota's not a country. It's a state. It's a province, a division in a country. Okay? So I'm American, and I'm proud about that. Europe's not a country. Europe's a continent. I'm not proud to be North American because North American is just a continent. A diverse continent, and that's just the thing. Europe's just too different. And it's sad, honestly, that we have the authoritarian aristocrats in the said Europe that are just so spoken of just ruining people. Just going out and just screwing the results over. I had hope that Simion would win because of the Balkans, a very nationalistic region in Europe that is rejecting Europe's approach of identifying as European, because Balkans are very different than the rest of Europe. Balkans have a different history. They were controlled by the Ottomans for pretty much half their existence. And then, altogether, in 1912, all the Balkan states, Serbia, Romania, Bulgaria, Greece, they came together. Montenegro, they came together and they kicked the Ottomans out. They have pride in that. And that war, the first Balkan War, was where Balkan nationalism was instated. Even if you're a proud Balkan, that's more Balkanist or a Balkaner. I don't know what the demonym for that is, but that's more tolerable than being your own country. But then again, the Balkan countries, they had some rough relations. I know Serbia and Bulgaria got in some wars. Greece and Bulgaria. Romania joined Bulgaria in the Axis powers to take out Yugoslavia. Yeah, war still exists, but it's sad. I mean, I'm disappointed. I'm not devastated from the result, because I know this is not my election, but I do know and I sympathize with the populists in Romania that did nothing wrong. They were expressing their right in 2024. And then out of the blue, the big deep state went and said, no more. We're going to overturn this result. We don't like it. What gives you the right to do that? No, that's because we have Bucharest. We have the capital. We're the government, so we can do whatever we want. That's fascism. That is fascism. And going forward to 2025, I mean, let's give them credit. They didn't annul this result, because I think they know that they wouldn't get away with it. They didn't annul the 2025 first round because they knew they wouldn't get away with it. And I think overall they just think, okay, I think we can merge these political parties together to beat the conservative populist one. So that's something we didn't realize. And maybe is Safe Romania Union is probably populist, but yeah, you got a couple, but in Romania specifically, it's liberal conservative parties that are establishment. It doesn't matter if they're left or right; they'll combine together and they'll vote to counter the right-wing party. But I want to know what Nicur Sordan is. He's the next president of Romania. When's he taking office? That's to be determined. But let's see, is he more of a conservative? Okay, he looks like a conservative. And that doesn't matter. I'm sorry. That doesn't matter in Europe. I care less. Because a conservative in Europe is basically a Democrat in the United States. I mean, Europe, I don't care about these stupid social issues as much as I do in the United States. I mean, I don't want kids to watch Danish porn TV shows. I don't want that. And I care about that. But when it comes to let's see, what second political, Safe Bucharest, center right. So yes, yeah, but it's like more like this affects us too, because we have EU, they're being controlled by people like Dan that are so warmongering. They are so stubborn. We're trying to end the Ukraine war. How did this Ukraine war even begin? I can tell you it wasn't Russia. Russia had some contributions, absolutely. But do you think NATO didn't have anything to do with it? Of course they did. They could have said, Zelensky, let's try to talk with Putin. No, they went and threw rocks with Zelensky at Putin. That's not going to stop the war, you idiots. And it's because of them. That's why people are dying in Ukraine. Soldiers are dying as young as 16. And Donald Trump's absolutely right. This is a worthless, stupid war. Never should have happened. Because you're getting nothing done. What are you bringing home? You're probably bringing home some Donbass for Russia and Crimea. But then again, Zelensky wants those regions. So it really does depend. But anyway, what do you guys think about this result? There's nothing really we can do much other than analyze it. But let me know what you guys think down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.